Hello skeletons, and welcome everyone else to How and When, a Guide to Choosing GoWiVa or GoWiPe, Episode 3. I'm going to flash up this disclaimer again. Remember, this guide does not try to prove the superiority of either GoWiVa or GoWiPe. They're both good in their own right and should be used on certain specific bases. I'll try to explain this guide to you so that you know which basis to use this on. It's supposed to help you be more tactically aware of the factors that will influence your decision. And remember, I made all these charts and graphs, and all the data comes from the wiki or the game itself. So let's get started. So in episode 2, we covered the unit damage over time comparison, and we had the assumption that each of these troops are going to live the same amount of time. But what happens when we lose that assumption and we talk about how long it takes each unit to die? So our main questions this episode are, how much faster does a Valkyrie die to a Tesla than a P.E.K.K.A, and is the difference meaningful in a significant way? And how much faster does a Valkyrie die to an average turret, excluding Teslas, than a P.E.K.K.A, and is that difference meaningful? Remember, Teslas are a special case since they do twice the damage to P.E.K.K.A s. So let's dive right into the tables. If we compare the levels of Valkyries against the level of P.E.K.K.A s, we see that a level 1 Valkyrie is going to die 5.05 seconds faster than a level 1 P.E.K.K.A to a max Tesla. Level 2 to 2 is going to be 5.56 faster to kill a Valkyrie than a P.E.K.K.A. Level 3 to 3 is going to be 6.57 seconds. So steadily increasing. And then the average of all of them is going to be 7.47 seconds. But when we compare a level 4 Valkyrie to a level 3 P.E.K.K.A, remember max Town Hall 9 troops, it's going to be 5.5 seconds faster to kill a Valkyrie than a P.E.K.K.A. So to see this graphically, we notice that it's pretty substantial when you look at it like this. I'm really trying to impress upon you the full amount of force that P.E.K.K.A s have due to their large health. Again, nobody is a bigger hitter than a P.E.K.K.A, and I hope this points that out to you guys. So here again, we have it divided by per slot just to make the averages easier to read. Again, it's about twice as long to kill a P.E.K.K.A than a Valkyrie, even with the Tesla already doing ×2 damage. So what kind of conclusion can we draw from that? So on average, one Valkyrie will die 5.5 seconds faster to a Tesla than one P.E.K.K.A. Remember, both maxed. However, when we consider these troops in groups, we find that two P.E.K.K.A s will die 19.68 seconds faster to a Tesla than 6 Valkyries. And there we see the calculations below. I think my GoWiVa just finished, guys, ready to go into battle. So 19.68 when in favor of the Valkyries when we're doing a group attack, or they remain in clusters. So now for non-Teslas, when we do the same comparison, we find that at Town Hall 8, for max Valkyrie against a max P.E.K.K.A, we find that, well, Town Hall 9 maxed versus Town Hall 8 defenses, we find that a P.E.K.K.A dies 50 seconds, takes 50 seconds longer to kill a P.E.K.K.A than a Valkyrie, and just about 41 seconds longer at Town Hall 9. And the average of those are going to be 45.49 seconds faster to kill a Valkyrie than a P.E.K.K.A. This is a huge difference. I cannot say it enough. Absolutely massive difference. Remember, these calculations are always drawn just based on one average turret attacking at a time. But remember, if they're being attacked by 2, 3, 4 turrets, you just multiply it and the ratio remains the same. So really just huge difference in favor of the P.E.K.K.A on this. This is why GoWiPe is considered the safest 2-star attack, just because there's a lot of security in using P.E.K.K.A s. And that's why P.E.K.K.A s are one of the most feared and respected troops in the whole game, and clearly one of the most popular attacks. So again, we have that average here. It's almost 3 times as much and separating at an increasing rate. So conclusion, on average, one Valkyrie will die 45.43 seconds faster to an average turret without Teslas than one P.E.K.K.A. And when we consider these in groups, 6 Valkyries will die 65.28 seconds faster to an average turret, excluding Teslas, than 2 P.E.K.K.As. So even with the group, these Valkyries are going to be dying way faster, a whole minute faster than P.E.K.K.As. So the question is, how long can you really keep your Valkyries alive in a substantial enough group, in this case more than 4, to really keep them as effective as P.E.K.K.As? Remember, in the last episode we proved that you need to keep your Valkyries in groups of 4 or more to be doing damage faster than your P.E.K.K.As. So that's integral that you keep them in groups of 4 or more. So this is a big point for how you execute your raid. What can you use? How can you do it to keep your Valkyries in groups of 4 or more, or to keep your P.E.K.K.As in pairs of 2 or more? So things to think about when you're executing your raid. You know, using rage spells to try and direct them into certain areas, using heal spells when you know where they're going to be in a certain compartment, things like that. So, takeaways from part 3. There is a reason P.E.K.K.As are feared and respected, and it's because of their heavy hitting and their life compared to all other units. There's just nobody better in terms of damage and health. Second point, if you lose control of your Valkyries, you're going to lose really quickly. If you can't keep all your P.E.K.K.As in a big group, it's just not going to work out. And that's why there's safety in GoWiPe. It's ultimately the safest 2-star attack. Even if Valkyries in the GoWiVa are going to give you a higher chance of getting a 3-star, there is much more security in a GoWiPe for a 2-star if you only want to get a 2-star. However, you know, you don't always want to get to 2-star, so it's something to think about. So stay tuned for part 4, and I hope you enjoyed. And until then, stay spooky, everyone.